You was with her when you got 29.
Uh-huh.
Y'all had this relationship. You was married.
Mm-hmm.
How long were y'all together before you separated?
11 years.
And why did you separate?
Because I got on that crack and just quit working. I changed. I wouldn't help
How
it.
old were you when you got on crack?
Me and her got on it together. I was 29, but she liked to party off of it. But she wouldn't do it all the time.
How old were you when y'all started doing it together?
When we met, 29, yeah.
So when you met her, y'all met doing crack.
We were smoking Primos. We weren't on the pipe, but it led to the pipe.
Let me ask a question. You had a woman with a child. Was she on drugs?
No.
She wasn't doing no drugs.
No.
Then you met Dolores.
Mm-hmm.
Were you doing drugs before you met Dolores?
Not that. No.
You were just...
Oh, you know what? A few years before that, I was snorting cocaine every once in a while, so it was leading to that.
Okay, you were snorting, but then we're not talking about snorting. When you met Dolores, was you smoking crack? Yes or no?
Yeah, I had just started. We both started about the same time.
And I'm going to ask the question again, because I need to know this. When you started dating her, were you smoking it already? Bag up off that mic.
You know what, Mr. Brown, from what I can remember, we did it. We started doing it together.
Okay, so...
From what I can remember anyway, yeah.
So one of y'all might have introduced it to the other.
She liked it, but she was with me and she said, Kemo, it's good to have sex on this. This is good for sex. And that's what made her like it so much. And I said, it does. I didn't even think about it like that. I said, she hit me to that. Said,
so it sounds like she the one introduced it to you.
She made it look like it was okay for us to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to me. So she the one was pushing the crack.
Right.
To do the crack.
Right.
Because she said she want to do the nasty.
Right.
And so you fell for it.
I fell for it.
So you start smoking it more and more.
And getting sick.
How did you get sick?
I started having seizures.
From that crack?
Yeah.
You didn't have no seizures before that?
No, not at all.
Well, did you think you were smoking too much?
Yeah, because I knew my family didn't like it. I'd get nervous and panicky because my family comes from a spiritual family. And, you know, moms would say, everybody was, and I couldn't really, it made me nervous.
What?
It made me nervous, man. I said, why am I doing this? I don't care about pussy. Sex that much, it's making me I don't feel right. And I would fall out. I'd have a seizure on Lowe's in the motels, and she would have to yell and scream.
Why you going to a motel if you got y'all married?
Well, she had Jackie and her son was staying with us, Lois's daughter, grandson, so we wouldn't do nothing. I'd be everywhere.
You wouldn't do nothing in the house?
I would try to sneak, but it was an uneasy feeling doing
Why
that.
was it? Did y'all had your own room, didn't you?
Yeah, I still felt paranoid.
Why you gonna feel paranoid if the door locked?
Because I was a scary motherfucker, probably.
You was scary?
Yeah, I had to be if I was smoking. That made me scary.
Well, how you gonna be in a gang and all that and you scary?
No, the dope made me scary. It changed my personality, a punk out of me. And I hated that. I hated that shit. Wow. It would change my personality. I would go up against a brick wall. Then it made me want to run. I was tired of running. It made me a punk out of me, and I got tired of that shit.
What?
I said, fuck this shit. And I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going. Running my life off, fucking my life off with that bullshit.
That crack.
Yeah.
And Lois was with you.
Yeah, but Lois would do it, but she wouldn't do it that much. Because she had to go to the hair salon and work. Said, Kemo, I have grandkids. I can't be losing everything I got. She already lost that with her other relationship, everything she had in the valley. So she didn't want to go through that shit no more because he started going to,
But once you started,
yeah,
you just couldn't stop.
I couldn't stop. Why? I don't know, Mr. Brown. I don't know. Was I trying to kill myself? It sounds like I was. I didn't even care, I guess, about dying. I don't know why I was depressed. I know I missed my daughter, but I probably, it was a lot of things I didn't think was right in my life. And it seemed like I would just run from responsibility and getting deep into my life. You know how you got to really, the jobs, after a while, I worked all the way. I helped open the Bonds Pavilion on Manchester.
What?
The Bonds Pavilion on Manchester, that big Bonds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The one on in
Yeah,
Inglewood?
yeah. Help open. I opened up 3 of them. The one by Santa Anita
Doing
Racetrack.
what? What were you doing?
Security.
You were doing security.
By that time, I just started doing security jobs. I wouldn't do nothing else but that.
Right. So the other jobs, you just really lost them.
Right, right.
The crack made you
Attendance
lose
and
your
all.
jobs.
Right, my life. 'Cause
All them good jobs you had, crack had took over and made you lose them.
Right.
Till you started doing security.
Right.
Were
right.
you still with her when you was doing security? Y'all still was together, and you would be doing more crack than her now.
Right.
So this is the thing I want to know.
There you go. Yeah.
When you got 41, what made you start doing petty theft?
Well, what happened was me and Lois separated. She said, Kemo, she left. The rent was $775.
I want to ask a question. Lois said, Kemo, you got to go.
No, she said, I'll come back to you if you go to the program and quit doing the same thing. I couldn't do it. I would go to the program and come out and do the same shit, getting high again.
So you went to a program while you and Lois were still together.
Right. I went to a few, and she
You
supported
went to a
me.
few.
She supported me and everything.
Wow, so she was still trying to hang addicted
Right.
and smoking and going to rehab and coming back.
Right.
She was functional then.
Yeah. She would like to go take me to the movie, the Magic Johnson Theater, yeah.
She was still doing drugs, but she was functionable.
When I was in the program, she wasn't doing it. She was addicted to codeine number 4s, but she didn't.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she was.
How long was she doing codeine number 4s?
A few years.
You had to stay still in that chair, Kemo.
Her leg started hurting doing hair, and she would work 12 hours. She had to have it for the pain, for her legs to work.
And got addicted.
Yeah.
Got addicted to them codeine.
Yeah.
And how long? Man, we don't leave that alone. She got addicted to the codeine.
Right.
And she was smoking a little crack.
Yeah. It didn't affect her. It didn't make her sick. She enjoyed it when she did it.
Some people are just stronger than others.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Their system.
And some people can function off things better than others.
Right.
But see, you didn't know this.
No.
But I'm going to tell you what you had.
Okay.
You had a very addictive spirit. When you start doing something, you can't cut it off. I mean, she could stop.
Right.
She might do it again, but she was able to manage it.
Right.
It wasn't no manage. You was going to rehab, get back out. As soon as you get out, you start smoking again.
Go back to the rehab.
Go back to rehab, get back out.
Go back again.
Start smoking again.
Go back again.
So now you're doing that.
Right.
What made this first petty theft?
Because I couldn't pass the piss test, and I wasn't giving myself enough time to rest to pass the piss test. So I said, fuck it.
What?
I mean, working no goddamn more.
You didn't want to work no more?
Nope. And then I started going to jail.
Wait a minute. First time you went to jail, what did you do?
What was I? I know, I can't remember exactly which. I had so many damn instances with them security. I know 7 of them jumped on me at the bonds I helped open up because I wouldn't get his stuff back, and there was 7 of them that they beat me down pretty good.
You wouldn't get what back?
Their shrimp. I used to steal shrimp, tequila, steaks.
And you was working there?
Before. But I started when I couldn't work no more. I went to those stores where I worked at to steal. And
you were stealing alcohol and
shrimps. Boy, people don't.
Where were you putting it at?
In my pants legs, and then people with the nuns from the Catholic Church, ministers and everything. People that go to church would buy the shrimp. Whoa, this is a good deal. I even went to church. They were upstanding citizens in the neighborhood, but they would buy stolen goods from me.
They did?
Yeah. You wouldn't know. They thought they don't care when they want a good deal. Even my friends, Ray's mother, Miss Morrow.
Be still. Yeah. You moving so much you scare me. So now you're doing a lot of stealing out of stores.
At that time, yes.
What sent you to jail the first time?
Because they was letting me go at first for doing it. But then I had too many attempts to steal. It's to start building up. You know, they give you...
Were you going to getting any citations or anything?
Yeah, I would go to jail for a few days. The judge let me out.
And you did that several times.
Several times, right.
Then the next time, he gave you time.
Right.
How much time did he give you?
He gave me 16 with half, and I went to Lancaster.
You got 16 months
I did have
16 months or 16 years?
16 months.
You got 16 months. What jail was you in?
Lancaster prison.
That's the name of it?
Uh-huh.
And you did how much time?
About almost about 9 months.
9 months and you got out.
Got out, right. Went right back.
You went right back?
In a month.
In 1 month?
Because I didn't know you had to report to parole, and they caught me on the streets. They said, come here. They was on another call, and they told me to come here, and they took me to jail, and I had the same judge that gave me the time before in Inglewood. He said, you don't know, Mr. Yeah, he gave me the same time again. The same judge. I went right back in a month.
Got another 16 months.
Right, in 1
What
month.
half?
Right.
So you did another 8, 9 months.
Yes, right, back to back.
When you got out this time?
When I got out this time, what made me go back, I was still doing the same old thing, but they sent me to Calipatria.
Wait a minute. You were doing the same old thing like what?
Okay.
Did you go to the same store?
No, I would go to the same store. The same store. I said, I ain't going away out there. I'm going somewhere close.
Hey, now look here, man. Look here, man. Whoa.
It's that boy.
Whoa. Hey, you say you didn't have no mental problem. But at this point,
you got to say I did.
Something gotta be triggering you to go back in the same store and then go back to jail again.
Go back to jail again.
So the third time, where did you go?
What, to what prison?
Yeah.
I went to Wasco.
You went to what?
Wasco.
Wasco?
Mm-hmm.
Went to Wasco prison. How much time you get this time?
2.5.
Now you get 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that half was saving you, wasn't it?
Right.
So you done a year.
I ended up being the lead cook and the minister, the head minister on the yard.
So now
I'm trying to get myself together then.
Trying to get together. Now we gonna keep rolling. You get out again.
Right.
What did you get into after that?
What it was, the crack started leaving me. And then it stopped. I did a little. I said, man, I'm not going back in those stores. That's what saved me. Then I was staying with my mother. My sister asked me to come back home because mom was starting to lose her memory. They needed me to help with mom. I wasn't even going to go back home, but I went. I got off parole at mama's. And
how long was parole? A year?
I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. They were nice parole. They didn't even bother me that much.
So
let's go,
you got off parole because you started doing right.
Right. Because I've never been back home.
You just didn't get caught.
No, I didn't go back in the stores.
You left
I can't tell you why it happened like that, but it happened.
Let me ask you a question. Did you go back to jail anymore after that?
No.
So you ain't been back no more?
It's been 16 years.
Okay. So you didn't go back no more?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Right, I'm sure.
After that third time?
Right, I didn't go back.
You didn't go back?
I didn't go back. I got tired of going to jail. I started working on my own, doing windows at Jack in the Box and everything.
Hold on. So you get out, you back at mom's house, helping out. You remember something?
Yeah.
What you remember?
I remember my mother's friends, Miss Jackson and Mimi, they lived on the block. Said, Kemo, you're not going back to jail. So they got me jobs in the neighborhood, doing lines, cutting trees. And then that kept me from going to the stores.
Were you still claiming any gang at that time?
No, I gave that up.
You left the gang alone?
Yeah. I knew them all, but it wasn't the same.
Now you're like 40-something years old.
Right.
So you 40-something. You want to tell me something?
Oh, you mean when I was telling you I didn't go back to jail? Yeah, I was 40-something. I was trying to remember. No, I was in my 50s. Early 50s when I quit going to jail. When I got off parole.
When you got off parole?
I was like 52.
So when you got out, you in your 40s, and then you might have got 2 years parole, 1 year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on May Avenue. They had me there on May Avenue.
You was on May Avenue?
I was on May Avenue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know exactly where you were.
With a lot of Spanish families over there.
Mm-hmm. I stayed on 85th in May.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
And that parole office was on 81st in May.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where all the convicts was going for parole.
Right.
So you didn't go no more?
I didn't go no more. Mr. Brown.
So you start just doing jobs around the house.
Around then on the neighborhood, 3 blocks over. I had about 10, 15 customers at it.
Okay.
Yeah, we started
So
building
let
up.
me ask you this question, Kemo. Did you stop doing crack?
Uh-huh.
What did you start using after crack?
Well, my friends introduced me to that other stuff that meant, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that kind of...
Kemo, what drug did you start using after crack?
About a year later, I started on meth. Because I was what
they call it?
What? This is meth. Methamphetamine.
Crystal meth?
Oh, crystal meth, yeah.
Crystal meth.
Crystal meth. I liked it because it was good.
Just stay like that. You go to moving so much, you scare me now.
I like to fuck off of it. That's why I like the crystal meth.
Wait a minute, bruh. Is that true?
That's true. But, yeah.
So crystal meth made you horny?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what's your expression? Well, you cracking me up.
boy. Oh, my God. So, crystal...
I'm sorry. Okay,
so let me ask you a question.
I'm going to shut up. Okay.
No, crystal meth made you a freak.
Man. Want to look at the pornos, and them young girls on the pornos, but I know it's wicked, it's a trick from the devil. I know it ain't right, but when you own it, you ain't thinking about that. You want to, damn, boy, who could, oh, man. You know, stuff like that. Wish I could find some, how you...
So you looking at pornos and stuff.
Right.
Were you screwing women and all that?
Yeah, I was. When I was younger, I was screwing shit quite a bit, quite a few of them.
No, we talking about when you started on crystal, right?
Right.
So you own that crystal, and then now you would be going places where there's a house full of people smoking crystal.
House full of people. I ended up going with a prostitute and all that shit. On Figueroa, Shay. She was...
You was going with her?
Yeah.
Or you just had sex with her?
Shit, I was going over there all the time. The dudes on Figueroa didn't like me because they said I stayed in the house too long. But I said, damn, do I have a prostitute that's my girlfriend? I said, damn, do I like her that much? I was questioning myself.
She smoked the crystal too?
She might like to crack mostly, crystal.
So you was smoking crystal and she smoking crack.
Right. Every time I go over there, she'd take her clothes off.
On crack?
Yeah. Waiting for me.
You was bringing the dope?
I would buy, give her and her mother. Her mother liked to crack too. She was my age, her mother.
God.
But she wasn't in it. She wasn't with us. She stayed in her own room, but she liked to get high, but she wasn't in the with me and Shay.
So that
she
was
nice.
That was like a little dope house or something?
No, well, it was their house. It was their house.
But you was with her.
Yeah.
And she smoking crack and you smoking crystal.
I met her because I hadn't had no sex for a while, and that's how we met.
How long was it before you say you ain't had it for a while?
Yeah, I had a break. I was staying in your building the first time I stayed in your building. When the Dodgers won the World Series that year, 2022. I took a break because Lois died. My girlfriends were dying. And
you took a break from sex?
Yeah, 4 of my girlfriends died.
How long did you take a break?
When Red and all of them passed away, it was like, I don't know, man. It was like 2 years. That's when it slowed down. Hold
on. Yeah. You took a 2-year break from sex.
Yeah, because my girlfriends died. It was 4 of them.
You just took 2 years off.
Right.
Well, you didn't talk to women or nothing?
Well, I was so high sometimes I was just working.
So you were just doing drugs?
Yeah. And
so
go to work. Working.
You was going to those spots where people is doing drugs?
Yeah. Over my partner, well, I thought he was my friend. Over the people I knew.
So there'd be women and men in there getting high?
Yes.
And you knew them?
Yes. The girl I like now, she's been around me for 30-something years.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying when you went in the drug house, it was men and women in there doing drugs.
Right.
And some of them in there having sex.
Right.
And you looking at them.
I wasn't looking at what it was. The girl that I liked.
I said answer the question. Did you see them screwing?
No, I didn't see them screwing.
They was in the room by themselves?
Yeah, I didn't see them screwing.
They didn't walk around naked?
Nah, it wasn't like that there.
You just knew it was going on in the house?
I knew it was going on.
But you didn't do nothing?
I don't know, maybe a couple of times, but it wasn't like it was.
I said, were you doing anything?
Yeah, every now and then.
So you start doing something?
Yeah.
Were you paying for it?
With dope and money, yeah.
So when you would have sex, you had to give them dope or money.
Right. I would do it anyway because that's what I wanted, the pussy.
You wanted to...
The pussy.
You wanted to have sex.
Yeah. Crystal intensifies sex, but it'll kill you too because I think it plugs you up your body. It's not good for you. Eventually, it's going to get you because of the stuff that they put in it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yes. And the fentanyl is out too. You could get some fentanyl and you might not, and just a little crumb, I understand.
And you don't know if it's in it or not.
Exactly.
You just been blessed that he didn't have none.
Right.
Because it'd have been then killed you.
It would have been killed me.
So
I mostly give it away, Mr. Brown, because I said, man, fuck, damn, this pipe is full. Kemo, I said, yeah, you can have that motherfucker. I got Mr. Brown waiting on me in the morning. I got to get some sleep. That's what I tell him. I said, man,
Mr. Brown waiting on you.
Nah, I just be talking shit, you know. I said, I got to go to work.
Well, you going to lie on Mr. Brown?
No, I said, I got to go to work in the morning. I said, I tell him about you. I said, he always gives me a chance, and I want to get along with him.
So, Kemo, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How old were you when you got on SSI?
That's a good question. Let's see. I got on Social Security first.
You got on Social Security from your job?
Yeah. They helped me in the office.
Kemo,
What?
I need to know this.
What?
How old were you when you started getting...
63, I think. 63.
No, not how old you... How old were you when you started getting, a check from Social Security or SSI?
62.
You was getting a check that young?
Yeah, because I got tired of GR. It was too low. I put in for it, man. My brother helped me get it.
Kemo?
Yeah, I was 62.
Oh, you was 62?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, you finna make me think you was crazy like you.
I was at home. I told Sheldon, man, I'm
so
tired.
you was 62 when you started getting Social Security.
You're right.
How did you get, right today, do you get Social Security or SSI?
I get Social Security.
You don't get SSI.
Yeah, I get that too.
So you get a big check and a little.
Yeah, I use the whole Social Security check to pay you, and I have to use $100 out the other check to pay you. So I had to put all that together. So most of my checks are just to pay the monthly rent. I don't have that much left. And I pay my phone bill $70 a month, $75 a month for my tablet and
so most of your money go for your rent.
Right. I got to really make sure I don't overspend.
Well, okay. So now you started getting SSI and a little Social Security around 62.
Right.
And how old are you now?
68.
You're 68. So you've been getting it about 6 years.
Right.
Okay. So now all this is going on.
Right.
Kemo, are you going to get your life together or what you going to do?
I am because I want to. And I know, I talked to God, he has me crying. He has me crying so much by myself. I said, I ain't never cried this much. So he's working on my spirit because I said, I can't do this by myself. You got me here. I'm tired of this shit. I don't talk to him. I don't say shit. But I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of stressing.
So this is my question.
Yeah.
You're doing crystal, right?
Yeah.
Do crystal keep you up all night?
Yeah, but it's not something that I live and die for.
I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
I asked you, when you use that drug, do it keep you up longer than you want?
Yeah, yes.
How long do it keep you up?
Might keep you up all night, or maybe a day. Sometimes I go 2 days without sleep.
So crystal will keep you up for 2 days?
Yeah. I lay down. I go get me a burger or something, some fries. I try to eat something to make me. I heard my friend Milton told me, Kemo, you got to make yourself go to sleep. I ain't never learned that. But a lot of guys on their career, they know how to go to sleep, Mr. Brown. They train themselves. I guess it's the way you do it, so you go to sleep.
So they training themselves to go to sleep.
Right. He said they said you got to make yourself go to sleep. I never learned that.
So are you at the point where you're ready to change your life?
Yes, because drugs make me nervous. I can't exist on it. I don't know. And then, the way they tell me to do stuff, I don't even know how to do it. Why am I doing it? I don't even know the secrets of rest. You know what I'm saying?
So if you knew the secrets of rest, you would keep doing it?
Nah, I probably would. Oh, I doubt that.
Kemo.
I like doing it, but I don't love it. I'm not in love with Crystal.
Well, if you like it, then you'll keep going. You keep doing it.
All that watching the pornos and all that shit.
You still doing that?
Boy, you sound like my dad. And I'm old.
You still doing that?
Nah, man. I was
Kemo.
What?
Are you still looking at porno?
No, I really don't look at it. I don't even like it no more. I said, what the fuck? I said, I can't even touch the girls. It's frustrating looking at them. I'm
Because
not.
you ain't got no woman with you while you're looking at them.
Well, I got a friend now, and I gave her some money last night, and she usually comes back, and I've been worried about it. I didn't want to come here, but I wanted to make it here. I said, Kemo, whatever you go through, you're worried about it. I'm in love with her because I've been knowing her for 40 years. And I don't know what happened, made me like it so much, Mr. Brown. I said, what the hell am I doing? And the dudes...
Well, maybe you like it because you don't want to be lonely.
Yeah. And she treats me nice.
I mean, she's nice to you.
Yeah, she's
because
nice.
you got some money.
She got a little old shape on her I like to. I really like her.
And you've been knowing her a long time.
About 40 years. She done seen all my relationships. She said, Kemo, they like you over there too. She would say that down through the years, you know.
So are you going to make any changes?
Yeah, I'm making some changes of leaving the drugs alone. I'm working on leaving them. I told Daphne one day, I said, if you want to go out and still do it, I can't keep doing it with you. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. We're going to get out of here.
I'm getting tired, yeah.
Do you take any mental medication now? What medication are you on?
They give me stuff for diabetes. They said I'm on the borderline.
So you're on borderline. That's the only medicine you're taking.
Right. They took the high blood. They won't get no prescription.
Well, why you on SSI just because you just retired and they just paying you?
What? Well, when they get examined.
Or is it a disability or what?
What? Why am I getting it? They didn't claim it as a disability. They just claimed it as, my back. They examined my back when I got that on 18th and Western at that SSI place before you get it. Mm-hmm. I didn't get no back pay or nothing.
So we gonna X out. Yeah. Kemo don't have no mental condition.
No, I'm all right. I've just been using stupid ass decisions, not giving a fuck about myself. Now I know.
Because you be doing some crazy stuff.
Because I'm crazy.
Well, why are you going to get no medicine for crazy?
They haven't been diagnosed. No, I'm not crazy. I just make the wrong decision, Miss Brown. I'm not crazy. A guy gave me good sense. He wants me to work for him. And man, I don't talk to hundreds and hundreds of people, probably thousands now, because he gave me the gift to speak. And when he speaks, he wants me to put his word out through us, to you, everybody in the world. He uses all of us to put his word out in one way or another. And I'm one of the ones.
All right. Well, that's Brother Kemo. His name is James Hall. And he's not a bad guy at all. He just done made a lot of bad decisions. He comes down here to the Brownstone Wellness Center. He helps out, clean up, do all kind of things, keep things going. But we just need to pray for him. You know, pray for him that he can leave those drugs alone. Yes. It's been going on a long time, and he still got, decent health. I mean, he rides that bike everywhere. We just need to just pray for him. But he wanted to come on this podcast, and Brown Neighborhood podcast, we don't discriminate. So we just want to tell God thank you for the Brown Neighborhood podcast. Kemo do look good, though. Now, if he got that grill together, he'd look even better. But right now, just looking at you, you're not a bad-looking guy. You're 68?
Yeah.
68 years old. We just hope that he can get it together before it's too late. It's enough in just taking care of yourself as we get older. Mm-hmm. Now, all those drug stuff just makes it just that much harder. Yeah. But we want to thank God. We always say, we let God know how grateful we are for letting us have this Brown's Neighborhood podcast. And we going to get out of here. But we want to say, God, thank you for another episode of the Brown's Neighborhood podcast. We want to thank Kemo for coming on and sharing his testimony of life.
Thank you.
And we just want him to get better. Whereas we want to get better.
Yes.
You know. So God, thank you again. Until next time, God bless.